Hello everyone, my name is Chaseter and welcome back to another GTA Online video. Today we're going to be customizing the Overflod Autarch, which is a really cool supercar in GTA Online. It is based off of the SCG-003, which I'm guessing is some type of European hypercar. If you guys know anything about this vehicle, let me know down in the comments below. I actually have never owned this vehicle, so this one is going to be new for me. I'm pretty sure it was added back in the Doomsday Heist. It is going to cost you around $1.9 million. I think it's actually pretty close to $2 million. So a pretty steep price for this vehicle. So we're going to see if it's worth it. We're going to customize it and see what it's all about. So I can already say that this thing sounds absolutely insane. It's definitely got that F1 sound to it. For the armor, we're going to go 100%. For the brakes, race brakes. For the front bumpers, let's see what they got going on today. We got some cool, just regular splitters there with some canards, which is pretty decent. We got the GT bumper, which already sticks out to me. It looks pretty interesting. So there's 12 options. Most of them are just like the same bumpers, just with canards, without canards, painted, carbon, you know, the usual gist of bumpers in GTA. Since this is a pretty insane vehicle, I want to go with something crazy, maybe a race build today. So we're going to go with the bumper with canards. I think it looks pretty interesting. For the rear diffuser, let's see what they have here. You have the painted or the carbon. I think I'm going to choose the primary, I guess. We'll see what that looks like. For the engine, level 4. Exhaust. Where's the exhaust here? Is that the only exhaust here, that one little piece right there? I guess okay, so you can add 2. So with these vehicles having like one exhaust options, like I just feel like for a car like this it's weird, but maybe that's what the real life car is like. I don't know. We're gonna go with the dual aluminum exhaust. I'm not really seeing much of a difference here, so we're gonna go for that. So for the fenders, okay, so you can add a little extension on the top there. That looks really weird. I don't think I'm going to choose that, even though we're going to go with something race-esque. Then you have the stock rear fenders. You have the secondary ones if you want to do that type of thing. It kind of looks like the Batmobile once you do that. This car has really, really sharp edges, and especially the back end. Like, it'll poke your eye out type thing. And then you got these vented ones, which I'm actually into if we're going for a race build today. I think we're just going to stick with the vented, like the regular painted vented one. I think it looks pretty cool. For the hood, let's see what kind of options they have. You can go with a lot of carbon on this car, which is really cool. I'm really tempted to do that. But I do like the shape and like the sharp edges of this car, and you can really see it with a color. Speaking of that, let's go with the aggressor hood. It looks really aggressive. For the respray, we're going to come back to that because I really have no idea what I'm going to do here. I guess I'll go with the primary skirts. I don't know. I guess we need to do something carbon, don't we, since we have the front and rear carboned out. I guess we'll go with the secondary carbon skirts just because the primary, I don't really like the look of that. I feel like carbon should be on the bottom and the painted part should be on the top, just my opinion. For the spoilers, this thing definitely needs a spoiler. I actually see this car used a lot without one, and I don't really understand it unless there's like a speed glitch with it or something. But I kind of want something really big to give it the race-esque look. I think something like this is definitely going to be what I'm aiming for. I'm not usually into this type of thing. Look at the size of the hooks on this spoiler. That's pretty intense. But we're going to see what it looks like today. Let's slam this thing. Look how high this car sits up off the ground. Now, if it was a race car, usually they aren't too low to the ground because you do need some clearance. But it's a video game. We're going to go with the competition suspension. The transmission, the race transmission, turbo, of course. And for the wheel type, I had an idea as soon as I saw this car earlier. What are those weird looking wheels? I can't remember where they're at. Maybe they're in the streets? Okay, so it's the hidden 6. These wheels are very intense and they don't really work on a lot of cars. But I feel like with something like this, we're in the F1 category. I feel like it would work, but I'm gonna do some looking around first. The wild wagons also look pretty good. I think wheels like these like definitely give it that race look because there's a lot of bolts in the rim. So we're gonna go for that today. For the wheel color, we'll come back to that because I don't know what the color of the car is going to be yet. I just realized there's no liveries for this car, which is kind of a letdown since I am doing a race build. But this did come out a couple of years ago through a past DLC, so I kind of understand it. The Surf Blue is actually kind of calling my name. We're going to pick that, and let's see if we can liven it up a bit with a pearlescent. Of course, Frost White is always going to look good with a blue. I've been really loving the sea green color. When it comes to pearlescence, I think it brings out the blue colors so good. For the secondary, I think I'm going to go with a surf blue as well. I just want everything to match perfectly. And there's a lot of carbon on this car and a lot of black edges and stuff, so I don't think I need to go with a black secondary. One last thing that I want to do, I thought there was going to be some livery options and some more race options for this vehicle. Already, it does look like a race vehicle. Like, that's what it's going to look like. But I just want to remove the canards. I think that looks so much better. And I might actually change it to the stock front bumper. I think that looks so much better. Yeah, it looks good, but it just looks like every other supercar in GTA. With that option, it gives it a lot of shape. So I think that is going to do it for the Autarch. I think this build came out pretty good. I think the Surf Blue was a really good choice for this car with the sea green pearlescent. Definitely brings out the color. So yeah, I kind of like this car. It's not the best. I'm pretty picky when it comes to supercars in GTA, so I'm not saying this is like my favorite or anything like that, but we're about to test that out. But yeah, it's a hypercar. It's supposed to look cool. It has all the cool edges, all the carbon fiber, the cool wings, the cool sound. It's got all of that going on for it. So let's get in it. Let's see what it's all about. And already the drive over here, I don't like to like push the car to the limits when I'm driving over to cool spots to film. But I will say it is pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. But we're about to push it and see what its limits are. Wrong side of the road. If I can get into a straightaway. Goodness, there's so much traffic today. What is going on? Alright, let's get on the highway to open this thing up. Alright, it takes curves a little bit weird. Let's get past these cars real quick. Let's open her up. Yeah, it's pretty decently fast. We are going uphill. It's very recognizable. I don't know what car it shares a sound with, but I do like it. Oh, goodness gracious. But we are exceeding 130 miles per hour right now. So there is some pretty crazy speed coming out of this thing. There might be a little bit of a speed glitch. Goodness gracious, I am not a good driver today. So yeah, it's pretty quick. It seems like the handling is good as well. Feels like a lot of downforce is happening. You can definitely weave in and out of traffic just like that. That was actually pretty fun. Bobbing and weaving, boys. Bobbing and weaving. Dude, let's go. That is so fun, actually. Can I get in between here? Yep. Let's go. Oh, not on that one. Oh, man. We slammed into the wall. So I think that's going to do it for the Autarch. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this car. Doesn't happen too much, so that's pretty exciting. The handling, I think, is the star of this vehicle, but it definitely ain't slow for sure. That thing was going over 130 miles per hour. Could have been a speed glitch, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this car. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this summer, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.